Good morning, YouTube. Got a nice update here for you from Gary Cola at BainiteSteel.com. He has a special kind of steel, special kind of quenching process. Puts the perfect amount of bainite and martensite into the steel to give it incredible toughness and ductility that you can't find with any other steel. I've already tested a plate of the AR500 and shown you how it shows, how it holds up to 308 rounds and shotgun slugs and pistol rounds. And Gary has been developing a splatter mitigation shield. Splatter is when the bullet hits the steel and then shrapnel from the bullet sprays everywhere. And that's what could kill you or tear up your plate carrier and make it impossible for you to survive, right? This is the splatter shield. Now, if you remember my testing before, and I'll put links below so you guys can look at the other videos, the splatter shield was a full piece of metal like this, went all the way across, and it worked great. It eventually came loose from being shot so many times the side force. What happens is the splatter travels at a complete 90-degree to the impact. So the splatter hits here and goes off in a pattern. And then what it is this picture frame of steel is what's stopping the splatter from hitting you in the neck, shoulders, arms, legs, groin, right? All those parts that you would like not to be perforated. And Gary's already installed this one for me, so there's no question about whether or not it's done exactly the way he wants. And you can see that this could just get pounded over like the other one did. Okay. And then what you see here is, I'm guessing this feels like urethane to me. Yeah, a little too soft to be polycarbonate, but it's not skateboard type wheel urethane. This is a special hardness of urethane from what I can tell. It's kind of slick, but my nail does drag on it a little bit. And the purpose of the urethane is to control pistol round splatter and like M80 ball 308 splatter. Contain both of them. Multiple hits. Why this instead of just getting one from Target Man, which doesn't even use this good a steel? Okay, but let's say you weren't concerned about that, and get one from Target Man sprayed with Line-X or something. Okay, everybody's like, well, have you seen the ones Target Man with Line-X? Yes, I have. I've watched his videos. You'll also see that when he gets edge shots, you can see it on his videos, edge shots cause the Line-X to peel away. That's where the splatter's going, guys, right out the edges. His system works great if you get hit centrally. You get hit along the edge, it's going to shoot splatter into you. This will contain splatter right up to about 1.5 inches from the edge, which would be right here. Now, I do not have a Line-X panel to test, and I'm not going to buy one, guys. I don't have money to put into this. This was sent free from Gary. Okay, I appreciate that, Gary. If Tom Target Man wants to send me a panel to test, I'll be glad to. But he's put up his own tests, guys. You can just watch his videos. So, do not have time to test this morning. I've got a full plate. But maybe this afternoon. As soon as possible, though, I want to do a good test of this. And what I'm going to try and do is, first I'm going to do a couple central shots with the 308. And then I'm going to try and be a marksman and get some shots around the edge to see how that affects it. And then I'm just going to hammer it with some pistol rounds. And the way we're going to check for splatter is the same way I did before. I'm going to put it inside a cardboard box, because that's really going to show you all the different sides, all 6 sides. If there's any escaping shrapnel, you'll see the perforation marks and whatnot. So it would be really neat if I had a great camera like Tafflater Mouse or something to do slow motion close-up shots of rounds hitting this. But I don't have that capability, guys. And for me just to shoot at it, you're not going to be able to tell whether it's, if it's visible, you're not going to be able to tell whether the splatter is being stopped. So the protocol is going to be to test this inside a cardboard box and change the box, you know, for each thing that we're doing. So I'm going to go through some boxes and just try and do as good a scientific type testing as I can with it. This is my own personal plate. I'm not shooting at this. I have a test plate that Gary has sent me that's out in the woods out there that I've been shooting at a lot. It shows absolutely no deformation from 9mm. I've hammered it with a couple hundred 9mm rounds. It doesn't even affect it. The 308 puts little dimples in it. Shotgun slug does make the whole plate flex a little bit and bend a little bit when it gets hit, but doesn't go through it. And what would be ideal about this is according to Gary, this is fairly light. So let's find out the difference between the two of them. Okay. So here's my trusty postage meter scale, and we'll put this plate up on there and try and get a good reading. Okay. And it's right at 8 pounds. Okay, take that off. Put this plate up there. Oh, now you got to realize, guys, I have nothing invested in this. I'm not getting money for this or anything, so I'm not trying to sell you anything. And that's right at 10 pounds. Okay, so it adds 2 pounds of weight. The splatter mitigation adds, oh wow, 2 pounds of weight to an already pretty heavy plate, but definitely lighter than steel all the way across. Probably saved half a pound. But like I was saying, guys, I'm not getting compensation for this. I'm doing this mainly because I really think Gary has a superior product. I think flash Bainite steel is the way forward for every kind of steel, not just for armor, for construction purposes and everything. And I'd like to see it adopted because it's more energy efficient, and you can scientifically produce hardened areas, you know, where you need them, and ductile areas where you need them on the same piece of steel. It's like a braking technology that needs to be adopted, in my opinion. And of course it makes excellent armor that won't split, break, even under 20mm, you know, attack. You could count on your armor. You know, it may knock your heart out of your spine, but you won't get hit by anything. So testing, going to be using the 308 9mm, and towards the end there, after I've hammered this thing for a while, we'll put a few 12 gauge slugs in it just to see if it'll still be able to contain it. I'm not worried about testing the plate. I know the plate works. I'm worried about testing this splatter mitigator as best as I possibly can. Center shots, perimeter shots, edge shots, different calibers, and just see how it performs. I'm really interested. I think it's going to work great because the whole idea is that it's the picture frame that's containing the splatter, and the urethane is going to be awesome because it's going to show us where every one of these babies hit because it's nice and clear. So after I open up the box, we can really see how those rounds spread out and splattered and how far the splatter went and everything. It'll be really nice test rig. As you can see, it's nothing but flanges that are hammered over. It's not welded from what I can tell. So it's quite possible that a lot of side loading force could cause this to come apart. I would think the ideal way to install this would be to tack weld it at each corner and in the middles. You know, maybe 4 here on the longs, and a couple here, maybe 3 there. And that won't affect the tempering on the plate. And that's another thing about flash Bainite armor, is that it can be welded in the field without any special treatment. Okay guys, just want to get this video up there. I've got to run, got things to do, but this is definitely real high up on my list of things I want to test and show you guys. So stay tuned for for some live fire testing of the splatter mitigation.